What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be talking about the content coming in the Glow set tomorrow in NBA 2K25 MyTeam. Headline, do you guys see it? By GOAT Victor Wembanyama. You also do see GOAT Steph Curry, point guard GOAT Tracy McGrady, as well as Invincibles MJ, Draymond, Manu, small forward Chris Bosh, 100 overalls, Draymond Green, Yalen, I don't even know how to pronounce his name, that's why I say Yalen, as well as Alonzo Mourning. Now, again, when I'm looking at this, first and foremost, you see Wemby catches your eye, but you got to have a lot of good invincible options. And even as far as 100 overall, J-Rich is going to be good at that point guard position. You got Yee that can play small forward. You got Alonzo Mourning with small forward eligibility. And so, like, as far as a drop, it looks like a pretty complete content drop, in my opinion. It looks like a content drop that is absolutely elite and is absolutely incredible. So we'll go over these cards, dive into it a little bit. I also do want to say, we are probably, I'm not going to say guaranteed, we're probably going to get a new GOAT festival, a new week 3 festival. Is that going to be worth it? I mean, at the end of the day, it depends what they make it. I didn't mind this past festival. However, there was like no middle ground. It was basically like, if you can't get 20 GOAT event cards, I mean, the only other thing was basically, you know, for 2 GOAT event cards, you could get Patrick Ewing. So that was kind of the crappy part about it, but it is what it is at the end of the day. I've been kind of enjoying, you know, the last couple of weeks in my team personally. Maybe it's just me, but I have been somewhat enjoying it. But obviously, this content, I don't mind, right? Because even with the 100 overalls, it looks pretty solid as far as the dark matters. Hopefully we see some good ones. But even again, the Invincibles, like Draymond, with an updated release is going to be good. Invincible MJ almost guarantees to be good. You know, obviously the 100 overall is good. Small forward Chris Bosh, long, lengthy, small forward, and then even the point guard Manu Ginobili is going to be really solid as well. So, can't really hate on the Glow content coming at all tomorrow. I think it is going to be a really solid content drop. And at this stage of my team, and I'm not trying to, you know, overstate anything, but it's what you make of it. Like, you can grind the festival if you don't. If you don't want to grind the festival, ultimately don't grind it. And again, as far as like my team at this stage, everybody is going to have good SIGs. Everybody is going to have, you know, a good release, those types of things. It is all what you make of it, right? Like, it genuinely is. And so that's kind of, you know, the way I've had fun with my team recently. It is what you make it. And ultimately, this is definitely a really solid content drop that is coming tomorrow. I wouldn't get too worked up over the GOAT cards because obviously all of them are going to be expensive. And the cheapest option is going to be Steph Curry, who is not going to be very good whatsoever. So like Wemby, what is his price going to be like? I don't necessarily know. We'll have to see come tomorrow. People are going to wonder, oh, is this going to crash the auction house? I mean, maybe slightly, but you guys got to realize, like, Yao and Sean Bradley and Ralph, those type of guys are still incredibly good. Like, if you are running those guys, you don't necessarily need to sell those, you know, that level of a player to go and get, you know, a Victor Wembanyama. Yes, Wemby is going to be good, but those other guys are going to be just as good, if not better, than a guy like GOAT Victor Wembanyama. So that's just something for you guys to think about. I don't want you guys to, like, you know, overdo it and then, you know, end up in a bad position because you sell your team for Victor Wembanyama, those types of things. So yes, I do think Wemby is obviously going to be good, obviously going to be elite, but I wouldn't go too crazy. And that goes for everybody in this drop. Like, even, you know, like small forward Chris Bosh. Like, if you look at, you know, some of the small forwards that we've recently got in the game, or even if you go back to the content drop from last week, like last week, if you go back to that fireworks drop, well, guess what? You saw power forward Mo Bamba, who was elite. You saw point guard, you know, Jimmy Butler. You saw Big Z, who is elite. You saw Lowry Marketing. Like, you saw a lot of these guys that are really, really solid at their respective positions. And so it's going to be a similar drop to that, you know? And I do expect some dark matters similar to like a Mo Bamba that are going to be able to play at a really, really high level. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. I will say the depth at the point guard position is going to get crazy because you got J-Rich, you got MJ, you got Draymond, you got Manu, you got Steph, you got T-Mac, like you got Jalen Green, who I didn't really feature, but he's going to be fine too. Like, the list goes on and on. We're getting a ton of really good point guards added into my team tomorrow. So if that was a need for you guys, well, guess what? That need is solved. The point guard position is going to be solved come tomorrow, with every one of these guys being really, really solid, and cards that are going to be able to play and compete at just an insanely high level. So just again, something for you guys to think about is, yeah, if you know, I wouldn't panic sell, but just know like the content drops that we're going to get all season long are going to be pretty deep. Like, it's not just, oh, well, new GOAT cards are added into the game. It's what else is coming with those GOAT cards that are, you know, really important. Like, even again, if you go back to last week, like the Invincible Chet, Invincible Zach Edey were really good. Now, I do want to talk about something. If the half box is what it was last week, which basically means last week it was basically you had an equal chance to get a GOAT card as well as an Invincible card, I would shy away from that half box. And let me tell you why. Number one, it's an unsellable player. And if you get an unsellable GOAT card, no, it's probably going to be Steph Curry, who is literally not good. Like, you got 2 point guards out of a locker code in Devin Booker, as well as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, that are going to be better than Steph Curry. Like, if you go back to last week, all the GOAT cards were good. So if you wanted to open the box or the half box last week, I get it. I would be extremely careful this week if it's the same type of odds, because Steph Curry is now in packs. Honestly, the Invincibles are all probably going to be really solid. But again, I just would shy away from the half box just because of Steph Curry. Now, again, if it's an equal chance GOAT pack, that changes things. Like, if you had a 33% chance to get Victor Wembanyama, then obviously that changes things. But that is not going to be the case with the half boxes. As with 2K, you guys should know by now, that's just kind of how their odds work, right? Their odds are working just kind of a weird way where you're not nearly as likely to pull the best GOAT player compared to a guy like Steph Curry. So it is what it is. That is something I did want to hit on. I know I'm a half box hater, but especially for next week, just kind of be prepared for that, especially if you're not really into the event. Just be careful, because the last thing I want you guys to do is get an unsellable Steph that's not going to play for you. And then, you know, what are you going to do when that happens, right? You can't sell him. You can't really do anything with him. So that is just something for you guys to think about. I'm not telling you got to change the way you do anything or anything like that. If you want to open the half box, by all means do it. I just want you guys to be informed about it. There also should be a grind for a free 10 box tomorrow. As always, within the exchange, there should be another one with the event. And so there should be ways for you guys to, you know, grind for those free 10 boxes. But just know and realize, like, the odds are still not in your favor to pull like 100 overall or above. You're probably going to pull a couple of dark matters from it. And you got to hope the dark matters are good. Like last week, I think I pulled my Mo Bamba, stuff like that. And honestly, that's a solid pull. Like, I can't get super mad at that at this stage, but that's just kind of what to expect out of the free 10 bucks. But yeah, hopefully that grind is relatively easy. But overall, it's another solid content drop. Like, I can't overly hate on it. I know people are going to be mad that GOAT Wemby is coming. Look, it is July 11th tomorrow. And honestly, I'm having more fun at this stage knowing the game comes out in, 6 or 7 weeks than normal. But it is what it is. You got to limit your expectations when it comes down to the content and just kind of, I don't want to say like the repetitiveness, but kind of like 2K is going to drop these really good cards. They're going to drop Wemby. They already dropped Braun. They already dropped Shaq. They're, you know, going to continue. They're probably going to drop a GOAT Taco sooner rather than later as well. So just know it's just kind of, I don't want to say the start, but it's only going to get crazier from here moving forward. But let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comments. Is this something, you know, you guys are excited about? Is it not? Let me know, because for me, again, I don't really mind it at all, but I don't think it's anything game-breaking, game-changing. I mean, again, unless you can get Wemby, which Wemby is obviously absolutely elite. So that is going to wrap it up for our video today. You guys can let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.